Welcome guys, let's take a look at the Singapore Grand Prix qualifying session for round 18. It's an important session, this one, overtaking difficult normally in the race, and well, it's got some surprise results popped up. Let's take a quick look at Q1 and the usual suspects straight at the back. Zhou Guanyu in last place, Valtteri Bottas in 19th, Pierre Gasly was a bit of a surprise in 18th. A poor qualifying session for Lance Stroll lines up in 17th, and Daniel Ricciardo also, potentially rumours are that this could be his last race for the Racing Bulls. Strong rumours that this is pretty much his last race, probably in F1. I really struggle to see where he goes from here, and that's disappointing session from him there. Also, the stars of that session, Alex Albon got P7 in that session, and Fernando Alonso P8. A disappointing session for Lance Stroll. He was 17th, 9 places behind Fernando Alonso in that session. Lando, Norris led the way. Max Verstappen a surprise second because we thought they'd all struggle, and Oscar Piastri confirmed what we thought would be a strong run for McLaren with 3rd place in that session. And then we jumped to Q2 and Ocon went out in 15th place, lines out there. It's probably a bad circuit for Alpine. Kevin Magnussen back in the car, taking Ollie Berman's seat, a disappointing P14, and we'll get to why. And the most disappointing of the session, Sergio Perez, 13th place. Kind of what you thought was probably to come for the Red Bulls and especially Max Verstappen, but when we look at the results, it's just Sergio Perez that really struggled in this one. The two Williams then next, they probably got the most of what they could out of the cars, but if they jump a couple of places in for a shout of points, Colapinto in 12th, Alex Albon in 11th. Piastri led the way in that session, Max Verstappen 2nd, and Charles Leclerc 3rd. Nico Hülkenberg, the star of that session, in P7, and Yuki Tsunoda P9. I think they were the two surprises that knocked Sergio Perez out of that session. And then we got to the Q3 session and we were looking for the big build-up. Carlos Sainz put it in the wall, so disappointing on his first run. I think it was only Nico Hülkenberg and Oscar Piastri that stage had got a lap in. Max Verstappen had a lap, or was on a lap, just rounding that final bend as Carlos Sainz dropped it, so his lap time was deleted, or his first time was deleted, and then basically it was a one lap shootout. Lando Norris takes pole position crucially, but it'll be most disappointing to find that is Max Verstappen with a brilliant lap to put it in P2. He's got it all to do to keep break this run that he's got of not qualifying in pole but not leading the first lap. So even more important tomorrow, especially considering it's his championship rival behind him. Lewis Hamilton topped off what was a strange session for Mercedes. They were nowhere in session 1 or 2, and then the car was just coming and going from them. They didn't really know what to expect because they finished FP3 fast. George Russell was right up there, so they just didn't know what was going on with the tyres on that one. And Mercedes second row of the grid, actually, Russell in 4th place. Lewis Hamilton finally out qualifies him. I think it was more poor session from Russell. He was really unhappy with the inconsistencies of that Pirelli tyre. Oscar Piastri disappointing in 5th place considering how strong the McLaren is, and we thought he'd be a lot closer to Lando Norris, and there's 4 cars between him, so a disappointing session from him. But the star of the session, Nico Hülkenberg, a P6 in the Haas, shows what a disappointing job Kevin Magnussen has done, and I think that's a little bit of Nico Hülkenberg magic. He's he's a one lap specialist, but he really pulled it off this time with that. And Fernando Alonso in 7th place, a really good session from him. Yuki Tsunoda, another one, 8th place, so far ahead of his teammate, 8 places ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, so a really good session from him. And then the most disappointing session was for the Ferrari. Charles Leclerc got his lap time deleted at the end for his only run. Starts in P9, and like I said, Carlos Sainz dropped it, damage. He hit the rear of the car, or the rear of the car did look quite damaged, so I'll be hoping that there's no gearbox damage, which means I'll be taking even more places back. Well, it was meant to be a Ferrari stranglehold. It has been for the last couple of years, hasn't it? Ferrari come here, dominate in qualifying sessions, but they probably had one of the worst sessions of the season. A real own goal for the pair of them. A shockingly poor session. It was strange because FP1 and FP2 the Ferraris looked frighteningly quick, and then FP3 it kind of went away from them a little bit, and then same in qualifying again. It just they were never really looking like they were going to be in the fight for pole, but they were definitely looking at the 10th and 9th place for tomorrow. So the only interesting thing is to see how quickly or if they can cut through the field tomorrow, but it'll be difficult. There's 4 DRS zones in the race tomorrow, so that might help them a little bit and help overtake him, but it'll be a tough slog for them tomorrow. But let's see how we get on in the race. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment. As always, see you next time.